Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and I just picked up the M12 Surge. I've had the M18 Surge and I did a video on it. I love this thing. It is probably my favorite Milwaukee tool. Just amazing. But I picked up the M12 expecting something, and it was different than I thought. So let's take a look at it. So first of all, here's the M12, here's the M18. Look at that. They are almost exactly the same size all the way around. That's kind of amazing. Well, actually, it's a joke. These are both M18s. But it's not a joke, because when I look at this, here's the joke. The M12, which is this guy here, M12 battery, is actually longer. It's bigger in one dimension than the M18. I was expecting, something more on the micro side. And it turns out they're almost identical. So I've got an M12 here, an M18 here. There are a few differences, but check this out. If I go to the length here, I've got this in centimeters, or in millimeters. So I'm going to run this one out. I've got a 133 millimeter length here, and a 126 millimeter here. So it's just a little less than a centimeter difference in overall length there. Similar here. Obviously this is a little shorter with a little shorter battery. This is going to take a bigger battery, but let's throw it on the scale here so you can see that. So here is the M18. It's coming in at about 37 ounces. And here is the M12. It's coming in at about 31 ounces. So a few ounces less. I mean, they are very similar, but you make up for that in cost, right? Yeah, because this one's $150 and this one's $150. So that's where the big difference is. Basically, as far as I can tell, what divides these two is whether you're in the M12 system or in the M18 system, because overall they are so close all the way around. Now there is some performance differences. Here is the M18, and if I look at this, what do I have? I've got 0 to 4,000 impacts per minute and 0 to 3,000 revolutions per minute. If I go up to the M12 version, I have 0 to 3,200 impacts per minute and 0 to 3,400 revolutions per minute. So the M12 spins faster, but has fewer impacts per minute. The M18 spins slower, has more impacts per minute. And actually the impacts per minute is what I want. So let's take a look at that. What I like about these M12 and M18 Surges is their slow speed controlled performance. So I've got this one on. It's set at the 1 setting is lit up, if you can see that. So you can choose between torque and speed, 1, 2, 3, and then this thing here, which is designed to drive a screw head in and then stop without stripping the head. So I've got it on 1. So let's take a look at this. Now, a couple of things to notice, let me slide this closer, is listen to the clicking and look at the wiggle of the tool. I'm just going to hold it very gently here with one finger, or maybe over here so it focuses. As it slowly drives that nail. Now let's run up a M18 here. Takes a heavier battery. That could be something to take into consideration. A lot of people weigh them out with the battery, and obviously that takes it way up here, off what my scale can actually do. So now let's take a look at this one. More torque, less twist on the handle. That's part of the mass. The control with these is just phenomenal. That's what I love about them. Super slow speed. And a lot quieter. How much quieter? Well, let's compare that here to an M12 impact driver. See how loud this one is. Actually, I'll get them both ready to go here. So I'm just going to use comparable M12s. So here we go. Whoops. Get these on. Here is the regular. Whoops, sorry. Here's the Surge. I'm going to let the Surge go full speed. It's grinding it down. Now the regular M12 Impact. So if you're working in a confined space, this is loud. I know it's loud because I've worked in a confined space, but I'm usually not after, you know, some high torque applications. If I want really big stuff, I'll modify this with whatever bit I need and grind down with hundreds of foot-pounds of force with my big guy here. So what I'm after is something that's super precise and convenient. And that's where this comes in. Now, it is very similar to the M18. If you have an M18, I don't know if I'd say go out and buy an M12 right away. But if you have either one, consider it a win. Now, what I'm going to do is use this as a precision screwdriver because you have such incredible control. Watch as I take that out. It's just the ability to drive something. Look at that. Just incredible precision. That is what makes these Surges wonderful. Look at that. I can turn it way down. I mean, I can probably turn this thing by hand and still, you know, that's where this thing's clicking along. Or, of course, I can go up to a higher setting and drive it right down if I want. But anything can do that. Slow is what's impressive here. So what I'm going to do is probably pull off this belt clip. It comes with a belt clip modified, or mounted, excuse me, up here. The M18s, it goes down by the battery. In fact, I love the belt clips. Here's my 18 gauge, whoops, sorry about that, my 18 gauge finishing nailer. I use this for wood floor work, and I actually put 2 belt clips on this because I was using it in all kinds of different, you know, ways, you know, being into corners and working around stuff, and I was always then needing to hook it. This took the problem out of which side was the belt clip on. Because it's ambidextrous coming from the factory, I just bought another belt clip and put it on there because that makes it so much easier to hook it, whether I'm shooting right or left-handed, whether, you know, I might even have it in some unusual side angle or something. Just works great. So I would highly recommend considering, you know, just loading up the belt clips. But anyway, here's the M18, or excuse me, the M12 Surge hex hydraulic driver. Very slim profile. Yes, I was calling it a bigger gun, but, you know, look at that. It is smaller. This, to me, might just be the absolute best screwdriver right there. Even though it's similar to the M18, getting it into a slightly smaller form factor and being able to slim it down with one of the 2s, or I've even got, they make a 3 in this form factor battery. It's a lot lighter. If I throw that on my scale here, that's with a bit, 38 ounces with battery, and the belt clip I'm going to take off. Very nice. High performance. This was suggested many times in comments after I did my video on the M18 Surge, but these Surges are amazing. If you don't have a Surge, you don't know what a Surge is like. So, you know, it's a completely different experience. So, anyway, thought you might like to see what that difference is from my perspective, and it's a total winner. Absolute beautiful tool. And with that, Doc out.